And so is life. And every step of the way, we have the choice to choose life or to choose death, to choose criminality or to choose justice, etc. And that is a spiritual journey that is not separate from climbing up the mountain together with Moses.
Go to our website, which is hebewlearningscircle.org. Go to Jewish Resources, scroll down to Parsha videos, and you'll find the source sheet right there.
So Parashat Mishpatim is really a parsha about a lot of the laws, really legal issues, criminal law and property law, and also instructions about how to celebrate the festivals, etc. And this sentence at the very end summarizes the entire enterprise of the laws of the Torah with the beautiful, deep, mythic, and philosophical kind of anchoring in the deepest depth of the divine source of all of that. So I love that kind of integration, the spiritual and the practical, which is really a hallmark, I believe, of the rabbis and of our tradition. Let's jump right in. So the verse is, it's chapter 24 in Exodus and Shemot, verse 12. And it says the following, Vayomer Adonai el Moshe, and God says to Moses, Ale elai hahara v'heyeh sham. Come up to me to the mountain. And now here the translations are different because it's a little ambiguous. Some translate, and wait for me there, right? Capital T there. We're going to come back to remember that word there. Or either wait for me there or be there. Be there. Heyeh sham. And I will give you the stone tablets with the teachings and with the commandments. It says the Torah and the mitzvah, teachings and the commandments, that I have inscribed or written in order to, so they can be taught. So on one level, this is a very simple instruction, very practical. Another level, this is very mythic and deep. And the Izhbitzer is going to take us there. So let us go with the Izhbitzer. And he asks two questions really that are the portal into the depth of this. What is the symbolic meaning of mountain as of Mount Sinai? Why is God asked Moses to come to the mountain, Hahara? By the way, the word Har, mountain, also means pregnant. Hahara, the pregnant one, or the mountain. Apropos, a mountain looks like a pregnant belly. But what is that about? Why to the mountain? Why did Moses have to go up to the top of the mountain in order to receive the Torah and not go to some pastoral valley, for instance, or to the desert, to the plains? I mean, they were in the desert, or on top of a tree, or in an island in the middle of a wonderful lake. That could have been lots of other places, right? Could be in a cave. But why mountain? Asks the Izhbitzer. And the other question he asks is, is there a symbolic meaning to the word there? Wait for me there, or be there, or I will be there, right? So again, we don't know how to translate that, whether it's God will be there when you arrive, or should you, Moses, wait for me to arrive, or Moses, should you be there, not in the sense of be present there. Physically, geographically here, the there is the top of the mountain, you're assuming, right? To the mountain. But anyway, the Izhbitzer is asking, what is that there, that mysterious there place? In other words, it could have said, go to the top of the mountain by the large boulder and wait for me at that boulder. It's an open-endedness and ambiguity to it. So in the words of the Izhbitzer, he starts by quoting that part of the phrase, Alei alai hahara v'heyeh sham. Come up to ascend to me to the mountain and be there. Hahara hainu lesof chidush kol hamadrigot. So to the mountain means to the end of the renewal of all the rungs. By the way, this is literally how he says it, but I can also read in it, the mountain means to the end of all renewals of rungs. So let's try to understand, what does he mean by that? So he's thinking from the spiritual journey point of view. And the spiritual journey point of view is, especially Kabbalistically, is that we ascend from a rung to rung to rung to rung. We're going higher up the ladder or up the mountain, from one level to another level to another level. This is a lifelong journey of the spiritual seeker or the Kabbalist, to be plain about it. And he's saying, come to the mountain, meaning come to the end of that journey, to the highest rung, to the place where there is no further new rung, right? The end of renewal. The sof chidush kol hamadrigot. And remember that he's speaking in the context of an adept, a student of Torah, or an adept in the spiritual process of the Hebrew tradition, which is a process of study, right? It's a process of contemplation of text, of contemplation of the ideas, of the insights, the wisdom that comes from text. When we're learning text, Torah, especially Torah at the depth of Kabbalah, of mystical, the secret side of the text, the Sod. So we know that as we study, we always have a new understanding of the same text. Something deeper opens up for us. So that means that something deeper in our consciousness is opening up, right? There's something in our capacity, our ability to comprehend, to perceive, and to probe with wisdom. That's why when we read the Parsha, every year we read the same Parashot, but we always get something different at a new rung. So in that context, right, is there an end to that growth process? Is there an end to renewal of rungs? And he's suggesting, yes, there is an end. There is a destination to the spiritual growth in Torah. והנה מקודם, צריך האדם לעבור בכל חוכמות העולם כסדר. And from here we see that a person needs to move through all the wisdom systems of the world, or all the knowledge available in the world, in order עד שבא לחוכמות האמיתיות, until a person arrives to the true wisdom. והיה שם מורה על מקום הטהרה ושורש החיים. And the words and be there in the verse teaches us about a place of purity and the root of life. That is what the word sham, according to Izhbitzer, means there. Right? Moses, God says to Moses, come up to the top of the mountain and be there, meaning be at the pure root of all wisdom, of all life. And he brings a reference text from the book of Numbers, chapter 21, it's verse 17. And there's also that mysterious word there, and it says, Umisham be'era. Now I'm going to actually, for those of you looking at the source sheet that I shared on our website, so I'm going to read the entire verse, and it says, Umisham be'era, היא הבאר אשר אמר אדוני למשה, אסוף את העם ואתנה להם מים. And from there to Be'er, and from there to the well, Misham Be'er, from there to the well, which is the well where Adonai said to Moses, assemble the people that I may give them water. Now the word Be'er in Kabbalistically means the source of wisdom. Water is a symbol for wisdom. And why? Because the word be'er also means commentary or to clarify. So be'er well, be'er clarification, that means that is the process of consciousness expansion where we are constantly clarifying things that are murky or unclear in our minds or on our journey, right? As we're studying and integrating that with our lives, we come to these places where we need be'er, we need a clarification. And from that clarification, you could say from the challenges of life or those places of discombobulation, when clarity comes, we leap up, we leap a stage on the journey. So that is the meaning of be'er, of clarification or interpretation. And he brings that as a reference, a textual reference to say, Misham be'era, and from there to the well. What does that mean? Hainu, shebechol elu chochmot tieh derech ha'avara. That all the wisdom or wisdom systems or frameworks of understanding throughout our lifetime, which is always hopefully evolving and changing, right? That is all part of the journey. Tieh derech ha'avara. This is a journey. These are wisdoms we need to, or understandings we need to move through. V'ikar mikomcha teheh b'sof ha'madrigot. But the essence of the place where you belong, or the destination, is besof hamadrigot, at the end of all the rungs, shenikra sham, that is called, with this ambiguous, mysterious word, there. And with that, he concludes. I mean, it's a beautiful way to describe the journey of doors opening, door after door after door, right? As we're seeking and studying and growing and working, what are we working towards? Working towards clarifications, towards wells, right? That our well deepens and our wisdom deepens. And we are on a journey towards the place, hamakom, or there, sham, right? To this place that is its name is beyond names. It's just there. And who's waiting for us there with the teaching, the divine? So that ties in together the practice of just living, of conscious living, of conscious mishpatim, of managing the relationships between us in society with a journey, because each time we overcome the obstacles on the journey and the challenges on the journey. For instance, right now we're in the middle of a national obstacle, big test here in Israel with the war. And how do we manage the war, justly manage the war in a way that not only preserves our existence, which is what we're doing, and it's important, but we do it such that we move up a rung rather than move down a rung. You know, the moral and the spiritual intentionality that we bring to to this ongoing conflict with the Palestinians makes a difference in terms of whether we're going up or we're going down in terms of our spiritual journey, both nationally and personally. Right? We have choices to make about how we situate ourselves and how we place ourselves within this. And so is life, and every step of the way we have the choice to choose life or to choose death, to choose criminality or to choose justice, etc. And that is a spiritual journey that is not separate from climbing up the mountain together with Moses. With that, Shabbat Shalom. We also be blessed, and see you next week.
Today, thank you, everybody. Again, click subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything. We really appreciate that. Like to have that extra layer of connection with you. Like and subscribe. Come back.
Ayim rabim lo yuklu